One early morning, around 3 a.m., Amara woke from sleep with her mind heavy with thoughts. She was in her late 20s now. No lover, no man to call her own. What worried her most was going home for family events, knowing that everyone who knew her, especially her family, would begin to ask the familiar questions. When are you getting married? When will you bring a man home? Amara's love life had always been the part people questioned the most. In a town where love was treated like a deadline, her patience confused people. By a certain age, everyone was expected to have chosen someone, announced something, settled into a story that looked acceptable from the outside. Amara didn't. It wasn't that she didn't desire love. She did. Deeply. She simply refused to enter it out of fear. She had watched too many people mistake attention for affection, and attachment for commitment. She had seen how rushing into love could slowly erase a person's sense of self. So when love came knocking too loudly, Amara didn't answer. She met people along the way, charming ones, ambitious ones, emotionally unavailable ones. Some wanted her because she was calm. Others wanted her because they couldn't read her. A few wanted her because she didn't need them. But none of them felt safe. They wanted her time without understanding her heart. They wanted closeness without responsibility. They wanted affection without depth. And every time, Amara walked away. Quietly. Not because she was afraid of love, but because she respected it too much to treat it carelessly. There were nights she wondered if she was asking for too much. Nights when loneliness sat beside her and asked uncomfortable questions. Nights when she questioned whether patience in love was wisdom, or pride disguised as self-control. Still, she stayed true. Then one ordinary day, without intention or anticipation, she met him. There was no rush, no sparks meant to impress, no urgency to define anything. He didn't chase her, and he didn't pull away. He listened. He remembered small things. He respected silence as much as conversation. With him, Amara didn't feel the need to prove her worth or hurry her feelings. For the first time, love felt steady. But even then, Amara hesitated. Not because she didn't care, but because she had learned that peace can be fragile if handled carelessly. She took her time. She asked hard questions. She watched actions more than words. And he stayed. He didn't pressure her pace. He didn't compete with her growth. He didn't ask her to shrink. Instead, he met her where she was. Love, Amara realized, wasn't supposed to feel like anxiety. It wasn't supposed to feel like confusion or fear of loss. Real love didn't rush you, it walked with you. Still, life tested them. Misunderstandings happened, distance appeared, moments of doubt crept in quietly, the way they always do. There were days Amara feared that even this love might ask her to abandon herself. But it didn't. They talked, they listened, they grew. And slowly, trust replaced fear. Amara learned something important then. Love doesn't arrive when you're lonely. It arrives when you're ready to be honest. Honest about your boundaries. Honest about your wounds. Honest about who you are becoming. When people later asked her why her love looked different, she simply smiled. Because they couldn't see the nights she chose herself instead of settling. They couldn't see the time she walked away from what felt good to protect what would feel right. They couldn't see the patience it took to wait for a love that didn't cost her peace. Amara didn't rush love. And in return, love didn't rush her. Yet even with all that peace, Amara knew something important. Love had arrived gently, but certainty had not. There were moments she looked at him and felt safe. And other moments she wondered if safety was enough. She cared for him, deeply. Still, a quiet question lingered in her heart, unspoken and unresolved. Was this the love she had waited for, or simply a lesson preparing her for something else? Amara didn't rush to answer. She understood now that not every beautiful connection is meant to be permanent, and not every uncertainty means something is wrong. So she stayed present. She stayed honest. She stayed aware. But somewhere between comfort and curiosity, between peace and possibility, Amara stood still, unsure of what love was asking of her next. And as life gently shifted around her, one truth became clear. Her next choice would change everything.